Saitama vs Tatsumaki, we now know how strong the most powerful esper scales in comparison, as fubuki claimed she is using her full power against the caped Baldy. Her abilities are so great that many people believe that no being exists that can defeat her with conventional methods, as the world treats her as the association's ultimate weapon. In fact, Super Alloy Darkshine in chapter 126 even warned Garo that if the hero hunter fought Tatsumaki, he would instantly lose. But to understand just how frightening Tatsumaki truly is, we should be breaking down her overall power into three categories: speed, durability, and psychic power. The basis of any overpowered character is, of course, speed. And well, what do you know? Tatsumaki's reflexes and speed are absolutely insane. She can use psychokinesis to levitate and fly through the air at high speeds, allowing her to maneuver and dodge attacks with ease. In chapter 34, Tatsumaki was able to react fast enough to save the other S-class heroes from multiple missiles fired out of Boris's spaceship and return them. However, without even trying, Tatsumaki's speed scales faster than the speed of sound, making characters who are known for this, such as Speed of Sound Sonic, pale in comparison, as seen in webcomic chapter 104. This is the same character that can go hypersonic speed at a minimum of Mach 5. Now, you're probably thinking that's pretty damn fast, but that's only the beginning. To help put Tatsumaki's power level into perspective, she dwarfs the other S-class heroes even further. We witness this through the Tornado of Terror dodging attacks from the fusion of Psychos and Orochi that could tear through the earth in just seconds. The celestial being known as God grants light manipulation. This allowed Sairochi to condense energy into a linear beam on a scale so high it was deemed immeasurable, yet Tatsumaki was fast enough to avoid it with ease. This attack scaled at a continental level, shaving off an entire portion of the planet. But even whilst dodging this, Tatsumaki didn't drop any of the heroes that she was shielding. Therefore, Tatsumaki's light speed reactions are around 186,000 miles per second.
No way!
Now, a second piece of evidence to her light speed potential is from Murata himself, the man behind the masterpiece. He stated in an interview that Tatsumaki can also throw very large objects at this speed, but there is a limit to how fast she can throw them. Geryuganshup's psychokinesis can eliminate the friction between objects and air, allowing the rocks to fly at sub-light speed. However, Tatsumaki cannot remove the air friction, which will result in the objects disintegrating before reaching those levels, as her power output is too high. Keep in mind that Murata mentions that Geryuganshup is the greatest psychic in the universe, therefore confirming that her esper output is as strong as the universal level. However, in comparison to Saitama, Murata confirmed that he can beat them with just a casual stone throw. Sublight speed it's nothing to it. And we can literally witness this with Tatsumaki using all her might and esper powers to only ever so slightly lift Saitama into the air, which then caused her injuries to manifest again. Now, you can be as fast as you like, but it doesn't matter if you can get one shot with ease. I'm looking at you, Flashy Flash and Speed of Sound Sonic. So in order to be the very best, you need an equally good level of durability, something Tatsumaki has a surprising amount of despite her tiny size of a little kid. Oh, she's heard us. No! Well, her main form of defense comes from her psychic barriers, which can protect her from, well, basically anything. We witness her envelop all of Z City within her barrier, as well as being able to invert and add another level to the barrier in order to trap any target within it, making it hard, if not impossible, to escape. What's most impressive is that even when Tatsumaki is unconscious, her barriers can still keep her and others safe as they keep their form. Her psychic abilities are powerful enough for Tatsumaki to withstand Psychos, increasing the gravity by 300 times, casually stating that she should massage her shoulder with it. And to put that into perspective, humans can only sustain 9 Gs for a few seconds, as your heart can't beat hard enough to transport the blood to your brain, and you're done. If Tatsumaki weighs 60 kilograms, that means that she was feeling a force of 18,000 kilograms throughout every cell of her body. Even moving a finger at that point should be difficult, but in truth, it meant nothing. Even our boy Goku found it hard to constantly train at 100 Gs going to Namek in his ship, where Vegeta boasted he could do 300, eventually leveling up to 500 Gs when the Capsule Corp upgraded it. Now, to scale Tatsumaki's defense even higher than this, in chapter 128, she was trapped inside of a bubble where she had to withstand not only her own psychic output, which is universal level, but Psychos's as well. This means she survived a barrage of attacks from two of the strongest espers of all time. But guess what? This amount of energy against Saitama, it only rips his clothes off. Which, to be fair, I guess matches the biggest feats of anyone else in the series, right? It's gotta be.
Damn right.
And then finally, Mr. Apollo is able to contort her bones and body, but Tatsumaki eventually returns her body to its normal state using her own power, meaning that all of these broken bones means nothing. In fact, did you know that Tatsumaki most likely would have defeated Psychos Orochi, blessed by God, if not for God himself, who interfered with Tatsumaki's psychic wavelength, giving her a split moment to succumb to her injuries. But even after succumbing to exhaustion, she was still mentally durable enough to deter God's manipulation. However, arguably her most impressive feat of them all is, of course, that she fought Saitama. Okay, but seriously, she was able to send Saitama flying like 15 meters plus and rip his clothes to shreds in their battle, all whilst still suffering from her injuries against Sairochi, as well as acute radiation poisoning caused by Cosmic Garrow. Which brings us nicely onto just how insanely powerful Tatsumaki truly is. For example, did you know that she can use her psychic power to control TV channels? She could probably even use code ABD for 10% off gamer subs without even typing. But to fully understand how she can face Saitama and flick him around, fly with him, and not immediately die is because of the frightening moments such as chapter 94, where she turned a monster into literal dust, or even episode 10 of the anime, where she uses her power to just nonchalantly summon a meteor from outer space with pinpoint accuracy to defeat Ancient King as if it was nothing. And did you actually know that one intended for this meteor to only be a flashback that Ancient King pictured in his head and not Tatsumaki killing him with it? The animators just got it wrong. For that cool Easter egg, can you guys just like smash the like button and hit the notification bell? It'd be pretty cool. Now, this pinpoint accuracy of her power is no fluke. In chapter 177, she performed a perfect surgical maneuver on Fubuki by copying the wavelength of her opponent's telekinetic signals to find and twist a capsule hidden within her sister into the shape of a needle thinner than a strand of hair, pulling it out and straight into Mr. Apollo's eye before he could even react. Or perhaps when she detected the presence of Psychos's real body 1500 meters underground in chapter 123, forcing her up into battle whilst restraining her. Bear in mind that Psychos had to add multiple relay points just so that her telepathic wavelength could cover such a distance. Similarly, she is able to physically feel the presence of Flashy Flash warping through another dimension from under the giant spear she formed from the Monster Association base. Oh, and she can even do telepathy as Tatsumaki listens to the other S-Class heroes to confirm Flashy Flash's safety to her sister. Her power of long-distance telepathy far surpasses this though, as she has the unique ability to detect Fubuki whenever and wherever due to the strong psychic connection to her. Thus, if she is ever hurt, Tatsumaki instantly knows. This tells us that if her connection is strong enough, this ability of detecting a person's whereabouts can extend globally. Now let's scale this even higher, as a small meteorite is nothing for what is about to come next. Trust me. After unearthing the entire Monster Association base while simultaneously protecting everyone with her barriers was the first time we saw her go all out. She uplifted debris from under the ocean to create a huge tsunami, meaning she single-handedly made an earthquake that was at a minimum 7.5 on the Richter scale, automatically making it one of the deadliest earthquakes our world would have ever seen. Using this debris, she created a storm in the air, bombarding Sairochi in a display that was labeled to look like the end of the world, as multiple natural calamities would occur throughout the whole planet due to her powers. However, raw psychic power isn't her only weapon, as her battle IQ is also way above normal, as seen in chapter 133, where she was able to trick Sairochi, blessed by God, by adding a portion of her psychic power to a group of rocks to create create a clone of her so that the real Tatsumaki could camouflage herself as part of the energy absorbed by Psychos and go inside her breast implants to deliver one of the hardest roasts of the series.
That one there was a violation, personally I wouldn't have it.
After Psychos threatened Fubuki, Tatsumaki lost the plot and went on to increase her concentration of psychic power further to the point where Fubuki even questioned if she had a limit. Tatsumaki went on to completely distort the shape of the entire city, squeezing as much blood out of Sairochi as possible by twisting her roots before God interrupted. Which is where I find it important to mention that this country plus level feat was achieved whilst injured, tired, and also holding back as she couldn't annihilate the entire city due to the people below. Using this twisted up base, Tatsumaki was able to drill deep underground, past streams of lava, far surpassing the human record of the deepest hole drilled, the Kohler super deep borehole at 7.6 miles in a matter of seconds just using her raw power. Murata stated that Tatsumaki has the power to destroy all of Z City. Now, the world of One Punch Man is very different to our own. I mean, you probably don't need me to tell you that, but still. It's more of one big supercontinent, a bit like Pangea. This means that each city is actually more like a country. We can see from this map that City Z is amongst one of the biggest in the world. If we compare this continent to one like Asia, for example, we can equate City Z to be a country like India, given that the area of India is 3.287 million kilometers squared, and that the largest nuke mankind has ever designed, the Tsar Bomber, can cover up to 3,350 kilometers squared, according to this nuke map simulator. We can extrapolate these numbers and do a little bit of anime bullshit science, all to deduce that Tatsumaki's power is equivalent to, get this right, 981 100 megaton Tsar Bombers.
Huh?
What? And to reinforce this, just look at these panels of her twisting the Monster Association base from underground. We can see that when she's finished, it is the length of the whole city. Like I said, is more like a country, meaning she has the psychic capacity to manipulate an entire country with ease. In conclusion, Tatsumaki easily scales at destroying countries, but she can also destroy the entire planet by bringing meteorites from space to blow everything up into smithereens. But this power that has the potential to scale at being the strongest esper in the universe means absolutely nothing in front of Saitama. Remember, he says it looks like fun and he's only annoyed at the fact that she is stubborn and destroyed his house. That is how out of touch and godly Saitama's true power is. But do you know what is even stronger? Saitama's Riz. Now, why don't you guys go and find out how Tatsumaki fell in love with him after fighting?